They've changed this. We trained on an older version of this, and then right before classes started, they updated it and didn't tell anybody. Not even my boss knew. She's going, yeah, this is new to me too.
Yeah, I've never done one.
All right. I've done little ones, but I haven't done to actually present like to a class, and I love it. I like talking to you guys. I turn into my person-to-person teacher mode when I do this. I have an agenda. I sort of follow it. Gets the primary ideals out there, but I'm not one to follow a script. My husband would say, "Yeah, that's right." He was a teacher too, and he would follow his script pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like, honey, okay. Hi, Scott.
Hello. Sorry for being a little late.
I didn't have you down there today, but that's cool.
I thought I signed up, but I couldn't remember.
You're fine. You're fine. You know where to find us, so that's I'm happy. I'm just got to take records so that you guys get your 20 points.
Right.
Okay. Just to we'll backtrack a little bit. The primary thing in here is to please forgive me because I'm having allergy issues, and so you may have to see me drink some water. So I'll apologize right off the bat. The screen sharing thing's giving me a pain. We're going to talk a little bit about a KWL chart. And I just finished another class, and so I didn't get to upload it. You guys can now see what I'm doing.
No, excuse me.
All right. What I want you guys to do as homework, if you will, for this presentation, this is a KWL chart. What I'd like you to do is you kind of look at your book and see what you think about some of the topics. And it's only water. Allergies and I do not like each other. And what I want you to do after looking at your book is, okay, I'm comfortable with X, Y, Z. So I know all of this. What I want to know or know more about is this. And then stop there and email it to me. I'm going to send it to you after the conference. Well, I have to go get my granddaughter from school, then come back, then I'll send it to you.
Okay.
This afternoon sometime, I'll send it to you. And so if you would fill out these two columns and then email it back to me and try to keep yours. If you don't keep it, I'll have it. And then at the end of the quarter, when we meet the last time on week 10, you're going to have filled this out, and we're going to talk about it as a class. So it's each one individually, and then we'll talk about it. Any questions?
No.
Scott, you okay? Scott?
Yeah, sorry, I had to blow my nose.
I did. Sometimes I'm just not real sure if the mechanics are working or not. So far they are doing very well. I know.
Yeah.
Harrison's been working real hard to get this going. So just making sure. I'm a Murphy's Law type person.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good though.
All right. So you're gonna get this. So let's go and look at our class. Have both of you went through all of Start Here?
No.
Scott's not answering.
What was the question? What was the question?
Have you went through all of Start Here?
No, I don't believe so.
I know students do that. If I was you guys, I wouldn't either, in all honesty. It's like school started, it's week 1, forget this. But there are some things we need to discuss, just as an FYI. Scott, is this your first quarter at Harrison?
Oh no,
You're a pro.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. So discussions haven't changed. You still have to get your initial discussion posted on Wednesday nights by 11:59, and then 2 replies out by Sunday night.
Okay.
Cannot make up discussions.
Okay.
it's like talking to an empty room. So discussions are 20% of your final grade.
Okay.
There are a ton. If you want to know all the other breakdowns, you can always go to your syllabus. But I'll give them to you pretty much here. If you kind of wonder, okay, what does she think a good discussion is? You can get a couple of good examples right there. Don't go, I agree, and decide it. Do not go, I'm posting for attendance. It doesn't count.
Right.
I see students do that, and it's like, no, you have to be there. Attendance is with a discussion, an assignment, or a quiz. Right? If all heck's breaking loose for you that week, you and it's you need to email me first and tell me all heck's breaking loose. One time I used a reference in the last class. One time I had a young married couple. They had little ones, and husband worked in construction, and he fell off some scaffolding. Needless to say, he was hurt pretty bad. School wasn't exactly in her frame of mind. And so she didn't do discussion that week. Under those kind of circumstances, a death in the family, a family emergency, we work out getting discussion credit for the week you miss. Okay?
Right. Okay.
But 99 times out of 100, you don't get to make it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Can you hear me?
it's only if you only do it once or maybe twice, that's only 20 points out of the whole kit and caboodle. So it's not going to kill you. But if you have to set an assignment and you go, I don't want to do it. This is my suggestion. You don't have to do it. My suggestion is that. Because you can do quizzes twice. And the best grade is kept.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do quizzes. You can take a quiz all the way up to the last day of class.
Okay.
You can do what you want. This is just, an FYI that this can be done if you need to manipulate your schedule for the week.
Okay.
You okay, Jennifer? I should remember your name real easy because I have a niece, Jennifer.
I'm doing good.
Okay. Assignments and late work. The first 7 days after an assignment is due, there's no penalty for turning it in late. 8 to 14 days late, it's a 10% reduction of your final grade. 15 to 21 days late, it's 15%, and 20% or more is 25% of your final grade for that assignment. There's a note here, late penalties may be waived based on the situation after you talk to me. There's a common theme here that says talk to your instructor. If all heck is breaking loose and you just, you didn't do your assignments the first week, you didn't do your assignments the second week. Now you've got, because some weeks we have 2 assignments and some weeks we only have 1. Now all of a sudden you're like 6 assignments behind and you still have to start this week. And it's like, I'm never going to catch up. What's the use? Wrong. I have a contract. If you've come to me and say, look, X, Y, you don't have to get, super basic with me unless you just want to. I've had a death in the family. Things have been squirrely. One quarter, I had a student that was responsible for both of her elderly parents, and her husband was working out of town, and they're his parents. And oh, by the way, she ran an animal rescue. So she got behind because one of the parents got ill. And what I do is make a contract. And what that contract says is like, this is week 5 that your life is kind of going round and round the merry-go-round on you. So you would start with week 6. Start fresh with week 6. Okay, and keep from week 6 through week 12, you stay on top of things. Okay, you take what you have not done in the past that you're missing, say like 4 assignments, and you will make up 1 assignment per week that you missed without any reduction of grade.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So don't let it get to the reduction of grade point. I hate doing that. I will, just to be fair across the board for the whole class, but I don't like doing it. The ways you can get a hold of me besides shouting. Monday through Friday, you can either text or call me at this number. It's a Google number. If you text me, please put your name, because I only see the phone number, so then I have to go track down your phone number. I typically work between 10 and 5. It is a home office, but like you guys, I have other things going on. On Saturday, I will respond to you as I am available. I have some volunteer work I do on Saturday mornings, most mornings, and then I do not work on Sundays unless it's an emergency or I'm going down for the third time. Even so, I won't email you because I would not be the reason to have you work on a Sunday. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if you email me after I've stopped working Saturday, which is about 3, 4 o'clock, you won't hear from me again until Monday. I get your emails. And if it's a major emergency in your life happening and you're contacting me, I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, did she get that email or not? I will answer that email and tell you, we'll talk about it Monday. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about our class. Go. And so that's that type of thing. My goal, the word is goal, is to have your assignments done by Tuesday evening. Realistically, I usually end up Wednesday, but my goal is Tuesday. If you get anything less than a 73% on an assignment, you may resubmit it. You don't have to resubmit it right away. All resubmissions are due by the end of the class, by the end of the quarter. I will comment on your assignments, either on the assignment itself, and I'll send it back to you in an attachment in Canvas. You know, when you're grading, you submission. Down at the bottom when I make comments, I can attach your assignment with comments, or I'll make comments on the rubric, or I'll do both. Now, when it comes to assignments, if you're working on some of this and you kind of look at it and go, I'm confused, I don't know what she wants. If you're really confused, go ahead and it's kind of your call. You can go ahead and say, well, if I get 73%, I can make it. If I get less, I can resubmit it. I don't want to take the time to resubmit it. Send me an email that says, I'm confused by this assignment. This is my question. This is where I'm getting confused. Or you can either attach the file if you've worked on it up to a point. In other words, let me know where you're stumped and send me an email with that question on Sunday night. When I get to the office on Monday, I will read it and I will get back to you. No harm, no foul. You can still submit it.
Okay.
And remember, you still have this 1 to 7 days late, no penalty.
Okay, before I forget to ask, and sorry to interrupt,
No,
do you have do you have your info as far as the email and Google Text available somewhere in Canvas, or?
You email me within the classroom,
Mm-hmm.
and you can email me that way. That's your best bet. Do not email me in Harrison because everything has to be tracked through Canvas.
So in Canvas.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't know it from the student's perspective. I think maybe you can help me out. Don't you have an inbox? I have an inbox like right there.
Yes, we do.
Okay, if you click on your inbox, I should come up in that inbox.
Yeah, that's, I was just more wanting to know if it was the Canvas or Harrison. So I'm familiar with the inbox and how to do it.
Okay.
And then as
all
far as
communications, as best as possible with students, need to be tracked through Canvas.
Okay.
Okay. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and all you can access is Harrison and you need to email me, it's alice.smith@harrison.edu. Then use that. But if you have access to Canvas, I prefer you do it through Canvas. Google, it's just a regular Google phone number.
Oh, I see it now, right in front of my face. Okay.
That's fine. You're doing terrific. So here's this. Here's this. Yeah, cool. Office hours are Tuesdays from 2 to 4 for this class. I have family members with some health issues, and if I just can't schedule a doctor's office except for here, I will cancel it. And if you really need to talk to me, we will make an individual appointment, and it'll be through conference like this.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Now we'll go back. Class resources. So let's go to the modules. I keep saying I'm going to get Jeopardy music in here. Each week, let's look at next. I'm going to go to week 2 because I was working on that one. It has a few more bells and whistles. I do lecture and assignment videos each week. And a review of the agenda, that's a review of everything that's happening that week. You have to write a memo, or 2 or 3 memos really. And a lot of students don't know where to find the memo template for that. And it is part of the rubric, and you will get counted off if you don't do a memo. So if you click here, I show you in Word where you can find a memo. Some students don't have the money for a book, but I go through here and actually lecture, quote unquote, and discuss objective 1, objective 2, objective 3, and objectives 4 to 5. And you can go on here and look up, and I tell you, or if you've read the book chapter. Now, let me clue you in. My husband and I was the more mature students. We went back to school when our youngest was about 6 months, and our oldest was in 2nd grade. It took us 10 years to get our bachelor's degree, and then we kept going and got 2.5 years to get our master's. In other words, in short, we've been there where you are. Life gets hectic and you go, read the book? No. I can do this and I'll flip through the chapter and find what I need to do what I need to do. You don't have to admit to anything. But I usually tell you where an assignment, which objective goes with what assignment. So you could go here and find out, oh, she said objective 3 has it. All right, so I can go, I haven't read the chapter, haven't had time. I'll go here and look at the objective and get my assignment done. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's great.
It's like a shortcut way. I don't want to say I'm encouraging you to not read the book. I like this book. I like Mary Ellen Guffey. She is a terrific author. I've taught out of her books for years. But let's be real. There's work, there's kids, there's family, there's sanity time, there's life, okay? And if your back gets up against the wall, you'll find these. And or if you could just go straight to your book. If you have your book and you'd rather not play with these links, just go to that objective in your book and use it. And sometimes I require you to go to the objective to use it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Just because I want to make sure you at least read the book a little bit. I'm a pill that way. All right, so we've done week 1.3 written assignment.
No.
The numbers changed on it. Yeah, it's this one. So I want to make sure I had it in there. So I think class resources, office hours, grading, late policy. Okay, we did that. The KWL. Have I showed you guys this?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Having just done another class, it's like, no, I showed the other class. No, I showed them. No, I've done the other class. I'm not losing yet, just almost. And then, oh, one thing I keep forgetting to do. At least I'm being consistent. Rubrics. Do both of you know what a rubric is?
Yes.
Yay. I had an epiphany this quarter. It's like I'm talking about rubrics, and I have some students going, the what? And it's like, Alice, you keep telling students to go do the rubric, and you never ask them if they understood it. Cute. So the reason we were going to talk just real brief about the instructions and or the textbook. If there's ever a question about what to be done, the instructions in Canvas trump the textbook. For about the first half of the quarter, the instructions and the textbook work hand in hand. But the textbook was written for a face-to-face class. So sometimes you're reading the instructions in your group, or your instructor will have you do as a group, and you look at that and go, seriously? No. So right here, skills form, it's attached. 7 dilemmas on page 26. I want to go page 36 first. Number 1.5, 1.15. Okay, ethical dilemma, applying tools for doing the right thing. And it gives you a scenario. And then it says study the 7 dilemmas appearing on pages 25 through 26. Okay. Select 4 of them and apply the tools for doing the right thing on page 29 and choosing an appropriate action. In a memo to your, there's your memo, to your instructor or in a team discussion. See, there's that group thing. Explain the action you would take for each dilemma. Analyze your response to each question. Is the action you are considering legal? How would you see the problem? And so forth. But it kind of stops after 2 things, and so forth doesn't really help you understand what to do. So we're going to go to page 26 and then explain your answer completely, and be sure your analysis is on page 29. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are your 7. Now, the questions within this one gives you a scenario, and there's that question. That's just one there. Okay. Here's one question, and it's this long. There's a couple of them that has 2 or 3 things in here. Should you lift the graphics? You figure that it's on the web. It must be public domain, but you don't know for sure. So you pick you pick 4 of these. Okay, so far?
Mm-hmm.
And then page 29, you also have to do, and the only reason I'm telling you this is I have students sometimes do one or the other. You also have to do figure 1.14, answer these. So for each of these 4, you have to say, is the action legal? Would you do it if you were on the opposite side? Can you rule out a better alternative? Yada, yada, yada. But the book doesn't say that. They give you like this question right here, and that's all they give you. The other thing to be watchful for is this assignment 3.7. This is just typical. Your task as Trek Bicycle expanded overseas, they became aware of many different challenges. Do not go research Trek Bicycle. They are an actual company. So don't go looking at them. All your information that you need is 99 to 103 in a memo format. How the information found could help Trek Bicycle. And so we're going to go to page 110 first. See, as we move right down the book. So we're in chapter 3 at this point. This chapter covers. Come on. Despite doping, so they give you a little background again. Small town of Waterloo. Trek started its global business in a red barn smack in the middle of Wisconsin. Nearly 50% of sales of the high-tech da-da-da-da-da-da. Like many companies, Trek encountered problems in conducting intercultural transactions. For example, in Mexico, their cargo was stolen. In Singapore, a buyer balked at a green bike helmet. Explained that when a man wears green on his head, it means his wife is unfaithful. In Germany, Trek had to redesign its packaging. So not knowing what they should have known before they go to another country, they make bike helmets out of green and sell them, or try to sell them. Not good.
No.
It's just, no, you don't do that, guys. And Germany is really big on environmental. And so they produced a lot of waste with the bicycle packages, right? So they had to change things around. Now, In the textbook, all it says, based on principles you study in this chapter, name several lessons that other entrepreneurs can learn. Period. That's real clear, isn't it? You know exactly what to do. No, you don't. So, in my handy dandy little thing, discuss how the information found on page 99 to 103. So now you use the book, now you're going to use Canvas, and now you're going to go back to the book. I try to give you page numbers. Okay, this is 99. Examine your own culture, explore other cultures, which means Trek probably should have went and done some checking out before they went to China and Germany and all that. Do this, observe non-virtual. Okay, so your response to this in a memo should include some, not all, should include some of this information from your perspective of how they can help other entrepreneurs be successful in doing business overseas. Now, did I confuse you?
No.
You're okay?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, no confusion.
Okay. There is a rubric. I just haven't loaded it yet. I will be loading it later this afternoon. And then you can always check yourself on your rubric. I have rubrics for it all. Before you submit anything, grade yourself using a rubric, using the rubric that's posted there. Because if you skipped a step, because I have some students that do memo and they're due, the part that's up here that they tell you, but they don't do this information. And it says, did you answer the 5 questions on page 99? No, I didn't. That would be your key to, you need to stop and not turn it in yet. Okay? Let's see. Okay. I always forget and I got that done. Finally, yes. Okay. Now, if you could select one of these 3 questions or all 3, it's up to you. And then in the chat, move this thing out of the way again. Keeps being where I don't want it to be. Down here, what did you find most useful? How would you like to see this presentation improve? What would you like to see available to you in this class that I haven't put in? I don't get hurt feelings. I really want the information because I want this to be your class.
Okay. Let's see if this is approved.
I know you have to think about it. Like me, you're already too tired to think about it. Did I confuse you guys?
Did you
No.
want all? No. Did you want all the questions or just one or?
Just one at least. I'm not sure where you're putting them. Okay, terrific. Thank you guys. All right, now get to play. Let's take that poll. Okay, I'm going to give you a minute to look at that, and then I'm going to click a button, and you'll have the box come up. I can't see it from your side. It has A, B, C, or D, and you click one you think is right.
Hmm. Oh, did not see that at the bottom.
Um, so we'll accept late homework at any time. Yes.
Okay.
Um, the only one that's not true in here is this one, number C. You can
Okay.
submit late assignments, but mind you, if you don't have a contract, after 22 days, it's 25% off that sucker. So I'll take it, but you're going to pay. I'm sorry. I kind of thought I'd be cute, but Monday morning when I'm over. You guys are good. One more. All right. I'm done with you, or you're done with me, whichever way you want to put it. just some food for thought. This is a new format for both the instructors and students. Instructors, from what I hear, are having a blast, so am I. We're excited about the new format. However, this is a learning curve for all of us, students and instructors, and those are my DC and all those guys. We request your patience as we work together to improve communication between students and faculty. If you can think of anything you would like to see improved, they have already, I'm going to, my word, not Harrison's, dumped comments from just earlier this week on the department that's responsible for tweaking this. And so having your information will also help, because the goal is to get it, the changes that's being suggested in place by winter quarter, I hope. So if you have any comments, please let people know. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any suggestions, send me an email within Canvas and let me know, and I'll be talking to you at 9 or in office hours.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Make sure
Yes.
you go back, look for where it says sign up for week 9 when it gets further down the road.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.